Chapter 3001. After speaking, she stepped back and sent Jiyu in. From the moment Jiyu followed Emmy into the room department, her heartbeat continued to accelerate. Now, seeing Charlie sitting on the sofa, her heart rate has accelerated to the extreme. She bowed to Charlie nervously and excitedly, shouting in her mouth,
Grace.
Charlie smiled slightly, and after inviting her to sit down on the sofa, he asked her,
How are you feeling these past 2 days?
Jiyu hurriedly said.
Very good, thank you for your concern.
Charlie nodded and asked her,
I heard that you brought the Ocean Shipping Group over from your grandfather?
Yes.
Jiyu said, You asked me to become the head of the Su family in 3 years. I don't know if I can do it, but nevertheless, I have to take the first step. Charlie agreed and said,
You have made this move very well. For you, it is already considered as the maximum benefit.
Jiyu couldn't hide her shyness and said,
Thank you for the compliment.
Charlie asked her, Then what are your plans next? The Su family's Ocean Shipping Group is currently completely banned. If you don't find a way out quickly, the stall business might fall out of your hands.
Yes.
Jiyu said, I originally wanted to meet with Grace and have a chat. Unexpectedly, you would contact me first. In fact, I intend to sell the entire Ocean Shipping Group directly for cash. Use the realized funds to do other businesses. But I thought about it later. If I sell the Su family's Ocean Transportation Group, then my grandfather would definitely hate me, and the entire Su family would treat me as an enemy. In that case, I might never have a chance in my life to become Su family patriarch. Charlie nodded and said,
You are right. If you directly sell the entire Ocean Shipping Group, it is equivalent to taking a huge amount of compensation and then breaking with the Su family.
Jiyu hurriedly asked,
Do you have any good suggestions for me, Grace?
Chapter 3002. Charlie said, I am preparing to start the ocean shipping business. At present, I have enough funds in my hand. What I lack are ready-made resources. If you are interested, we can set up a joint venture company together. All the resources of the Ocean Shipping Group will become shares. Jiyu asked with joy.
Do I have to work directly with you?
Yes.
Charlie nodded and said, But I don't want to announce my identity yet. So this ocean shipping company should be established in the form of a new shell company separately. My personal information will not appear in this company. She knows that Charlie has always been low-key, so he said, As long as Grace has a word, I will immediately integrate all the resources that can be integrated and serve you wholeheartedly. Charlie said seriously, I don't want you to cooperate with me because I saved you. Since this is a partnership business, you must get what you need, and I must not let the other party purely contribute. After speaking, Charlie said again, My terms of cooperation are that I invest $10 billion in cash and use all the resources that I can integrate as equity. On your side, you will integrate the entire Su family Ocean Transportation Group. Bring it in and set up a new company. I account for 51% and you account for 49%. If you think that you are willing to cooperate with me, then I will start making the next arrangements now. Jiyu said without hesitation.
I am willing.
Charlie nodded and said seriously,
If this is the case, then I will help you win more resources and initiative in the future.
With that said, he picked up his cell phone, called Isaac, and said,
Mr. Isaac, bring Dan's cell phone here.
Isaac quickly rushed over with a turned-off mobile phone. Charlie took the phone, turned on the power directly, found Chengfeng's contact information, and said to Jiyu.
I will call your grandpa now.
Jiyu asked in surprise.
Grace, why do you want to call him?
Charlie smiled and said,
Didn't he always want to find me? Then I'm just fulfilling his wish.
So, just when Chengfeng was scratching his head trying to understand the situation in front of him, Charlie directly pressed the dial button in front of Jiyu and Isaac. Chengfeng, who was in distress, suddenly saw the call coming from Dan, and he was overjoyed. He subconsciously said,
I think Dan shouldn't have any trouble. As long as he smells a little dangerous smell, he will immediately run away.
After speaking, he immediately picked up the phone and blurted out and asked,
Uncle Mai, where have you been? I have been looking for you and haven't found you all morning.
Charlie sneered on the other end of the phone and said mockingly,
Don't look for him, he has been controlled by me.
Charlie's words made Chengfeng's heart stunned, and the phone almost fell to the ground, slipping from his firm grip. After a while, he forced himself to calm down and asked tentatively,
You? Who are you?
Charlie smiled and said, Master Su, you have spent so much effort and sent so many people to find my whereabouts. I am really flattered, so I took the initiative to call and say hello to you. Chapter 3003. Chengfeng originally thought that Dan might have insight into the danger in advance, so he escaped from it beforehand. But he never dreamed that the person who called was the mysterious person who he had been searching for a long time. It's one thing to always want to find the other party and kill the other party, but suddenly to be known by the other party and to get a call from them is another matter. At this moment, Chengfeng asked very nervously,
What do you intend?
Charlie laughed and said, What do I intend? How can I save your grandson and your granddaughter, and also save your daughter-in-law? I can definitely be regarded as the benefactor of your Su family. What bad thoughts can I have? It's nothing more than long admiring the name of Old Man Su, and wanting to find a chance to talk over a glass of wine and cooking with Old Man Su.
You?
Chengfeng was panicked in his heart and couldn't help asking, I have never met with you. I have no grievances and no grudges. How are you going to give up? Charlie smiled and said, Master Su, it is impossible to give up. I called, not to negotiate with you, but to tell you that before today, you have been taking the initiative to fight against me, deliberately trying to find me, to capture me.
But after today, the rules of the game have changed. Now it's my turn to find you. I hope you hide well in Suzhou and don't be found by me too easily, because in that case, the game is meaningless.
After that, Charlie directly hung up the phone and then turned off Dan's cell phone. He just turned off the phone, and Jiyu on the side was already shocked and speechless. Chapter 3004. And Isaac couldn't help asking,
Master, are you planning to take the initiative and go to Chengfeng to settle the account? How is it possible?
Charlie smiled and said playfully, If I go to find Chengfeng to settle the account now, wouldn't it be a waste of money for his remaining children and the Wade family? After speaking, Charlie said again, If I kill him now, instead of getting any substantial benefits, I will become a spectator, waiting for the separation of the Su family and the Wade family by then. We'll take advantage of the fisherman's profit. If I have to do everything, I must not act foolish to do this kind of thing. Isaac asked, a little puzzled.
Then why did you tell Chengfeng that just now?
Charlie smiled and said, Frighten him. This old dog manipulates the puppet behind his back all day long. Something happened to the puppet. He thought that cutting the thread would shield the risk. This kind of good thing has ceased to exist from now on. No more deals for him. After speaking, he smiled playfully.
Believe it or not, this old guy is probably scared now. I believe it.
Isaac smiled.
Carrie and Dan are both missing, and you said that you want to take the initiative to attack him. He must be scared to death.
Charlie smiled and said,
I called him just to beat him and give him a little pressure.
Isaac nodded and smiled.
I guess he will flee from Suzhou with his tail caught today.
Charlie said calmly, I think his biggest problem right now is that he doesn't know where to escape. If he stays in the country, he will be easily found no matter where he is. Although it is safer to go abroad to avoid the limelight, he definitely does not dare to take this step. Isaac asked puzzledly.
Why?
Charlie asked him back.
If you were an ancient emperor, would you dare to leave your country?
Isaac immediately understood the meaning of Charlie's words and said, Master, I understand what you mean. Chengfeng has the position of the patriarch. There must have a lot of people eyeing Chengfeng. In this situation, he absolutely dare not leave China.
Yes.
Charlie nodded and said with a smile, He seems to have 5 sons. The eldest and the second are in my hands, and there are 3 left. Each of these 3 people must be looking forward to inheriting the position. Chapter 3005. After speaking, Charlie said again, Originally, these 3 people may not have thought of it, but as the boss and second child disappear one after another, it will definitely make each of them have a chance to have their own way. Inheriting the illusion of this position This is not yet considering Chongfeng's grandchildren. Those younger generations must also look forward to being able to take control of the family alone.
So, Changfeng has no last resort and will never leave China, because once he leaves, he will probably not come back in this life.
In the ancient royal family, many members of the royal family were permanently exiled. The reason is that those in power did not want that person to come back and threaten their rule. Even in modern times, there have been some attempts to usurp the throne in foreign countries. Generally, the president went abroad for a visit, and the domestic coup was launched on his back. At the same time, they must guard against death and never let the former president return to the country. As a result, the former president can only live in exile. Therefore, the day Chongfeng leaves China, it must be the beginning of his demise. Jiyu didn't speak and looked at Charlie for a while, and then asked,
Do you want to make this call to my grandpa to force him to ask me for help?
Yes.
Charlie nodded and said with a smile, Your grandfather must be particularly insecure now. There is no strong expert protection around him, whether it is in Suzhou, East Cliff, or other domestic counterparts. It is very difficult for the city to guarantee his safety, and he has been holding the power of the family and is reluctant to let go, so he dare not go abroad. The only option is to make peace. After a pause, Charlie shook the phone that had been turned off in his hand and smiled. But I have already put the cruel words out just now. This phone has also been turned off. He wanted to make peace, but he couldn't find me at all. He will look for any way of contacting me, and the only way is to find you. After speaking, Charlie said again, If he really asks you to make peace, then you readily promise him, but you must not say too badly. You tell him that you will try your best, but you are not sure you can persuade me or not. Jiyu hesitated for a moment and asked him,
Are you worried that after we cooperate in ocean transportation, he will come forward to obstruct?
Yes.
Charlie said earnestly. The market value of the Su family's ocean transportation business under normal circumstances is at least 300 billion renminbi to 400 billion. Even if it is facing difficulties now, the actual total fixed assets are at least 200 billion renminbi. Your grandfather handed such a big piece of cake to your hand. He only hopes you will keep it for him, instead of just picking up the knife and fork and eating it. Once you take the entire ocean shipping group to cooperate with me, in his eyes, it is equivalent to selling the cake. This will absolutely touch his negative scales. He will do his best to stop you at that time, even without hesitation. Oppose you again. Having said that, Charlie turned around and said with a smile,
But you can rest assured that after you agree that you will intercede for him, you don't have to worry that he will turn his face.
Because I didn't have time to take care of him for a while, and called and threatened him that I wanted to find him, but it is just a fake shot.
So, he is safe in a short time, at least I won't deal with him. And he will definitely attribute this kind of safety to you, feeling that it is entirely your help. At that time, he will see you as his amulet. How dare he then prevent you from taking out the Su family ocean transportation group and cooperating with me?